Commander Jai-Ho Park stood at the main window of Orbital Defense Station Sentinel-7, watching the stars. His morning had started like any other day with a cup of hot coffee and routine system checks. Now those same stars were bringing humanity's first alien visitors, though not in a way anyone had hoped for. "Sir, the unknown ships are moving closer," Lieutenant Hae-Newell Kim said from her communication station. Her fingers moved quickly across the blue-lit control panel. "They're not responding to any of our greeting messages." Jai-Ho walked to the center of the command room. The space station's lights reflected off his gray uniform as he looked at the main screen. 20 black ships, each shaped like a sharp arrow, were moving toward Earth. Their dark metal bodies seemed to eat the light around them. "How many people do we have on the station right now?" Jai-Ho asked. 312. "Commander," Officer Tai-Young Lee answered from his security station. "Should we start emergency procedures?" Jai-Ho shook his head. "Not yet. I don't want to cause panic." "Hae-Newell, keep trying to talk to them. Send messages in all known formats." The alien ships moved closer. They were now close enough that Jai-Ho could see strange marks on their sides, glowing with a dull purple light. The command room was quiet except for the soft beeping of machines and Hae-Newell's repeated messages. Suddenly, all screens in the command room turned red. Chief Sun Mi-Kang's voice came through the speakers from the engine room. "Commander, the aliens are sending some kind of signal. It's very strong." Before Jai-Ho could answer, a sound filled the station. It started low, like distant thunder, then grew louder. The sound had a strange pattern to it, rising and falling in ways that didn't follow Earth music rules. It reminded Jai-Ho of waves hitting rocks, mixed with the hum of old machines, and something else he couldn't name. "They're broadcasting on all frequencies," Hae-Newell reported. She pressed her hands against her headphones, studying the sound patterns on her screen. "The signal is..." "Wait." She stopped and tilted her head, listening more carefully. Jai-Ho watched as his crew waited for something terrible to happen. The alien sound was clearly meant to scare them, but as seconds passed, he noticed something strange. Nobody seemed afraid. In fact, Hae-Newell was tapping her finger on her desk, following the alien sound's beat. "Sir," Sun Mi called again from the engine room, but this time she sounded more confused than worried. "Sir, I think this is supposed to be their battle music." Jai-Ho looked at his crew. Tae-Young was now moving his head slightly to the rhythm. 2 other officers were smiling. Even the cleaning robot seemed to be moving differently, its usual straight path now having a slight swing to it. "Commander," a new voice joined in. Jai-Ho turned to see Dr. Yoon-Hee Choi, their xenopsychologist, walking quickly into the command room. "I think this is a psychological weapon. The sound patterns suggest it's designed to cause fear and confusion." "But," she gestured at the crew, who were all now showing signs of enjoying the alien broadcast. Jai-Ho looked back at the alien ships. He could almost imagine their confusion. They had probably used this sound to frighten other alien species before, but they had never met humans before. They didn't know that humans could turn almost any rhythm into something enjoyable. "Sir," Hae-Newell said, trying to hide a smile, "should I tell them their scary battle song has a nice beat?" Lieutenant Hae-Newell Kim removed her headphones and let the alien battle alarm fill her ears properly. She had spent 15 years studying sound patterns, and this was the most interesting one she had ever heard. The aliens clearly thought this would scare humans. Instead, she found herself wanting to dance. "The signal has a repeated pattern every 32 seconds, she told Commander Jai-Ho. Her fingers moved across her screen, marking the sound waves. "It's actually very similar to Earth's electronic dance music, just with extra layers." Officer Tai-Young Lee walked over to her station. He was now openly moving to the beat, his security uniform swaying as he walked. "It reminds me of the underground clubs in New Seoul," he said, "especially that low rumbling part." The alien ships stayed in position, their purple markings glowing brighter. Perhaps they were waiting for the humans to start panicking. Instead, more crew members were coming to the command room, drawn by the strange but captivating sound. Dr. Yoon Hee Choi sat down next to Hae Newell, pulling up historical records on her tablet. Throughout human history, she explained to Commander Jai-ho, we have turned sounds of war into music. Ancient drums were first used for battle, then became instruments. Air raid sirens inspired musical compositions. Even warship engines had their own musical fans. Jai-ho nodded. Watching this, his crew grew more comfortable with the alien sound. In the corner, two junior officers had started teaching each other dance moves that matched the strange rhythm. The cleaning robot had given up its normal path completely and was now moving in circles, its lights blinking in time with the beat. Sir, Hae Newell called out suddenly. I'm detecting changes in the alien signal. They're making it louder and adding more low frequencies. She adjusted some controls on her panel. They must think it's not working because we're not afraid. The new, stronger signal boomed through the station, but instead of causing fear, it only made the impromptu dance party more energetic. Tae-young started showing others how to move to the deeper beats, drawing from his club experiences. Commander, Sunma's voice came through the speakers again. The engineering team says the alien sound waves match perfectly with our station's natural vibration frequency. But instead of damaging anything, it's creating some really interesting acoustics in the lower decks. Also, she paused. Also, we may have started a conga line down here. Jai-ho looked at the alien ships on the main screen, then at his crew. Hae Newell was teaching others about the sound patterns. Dr. Yoon Hee was recording everything for future study. Even the most serious officers were tapping their feet or nodding their heads. Should we tell Earth Command about this? Tae-young asked, still dancing. Yes, Jai-ho said, finally allowing himself a small smile. But first, Hae Newell, send a message to our alien friends. Tell them that if they want to scare humans, they'll need to find something scarier than what sounds like the best dance track of 2285. Fleet Commander Engstil stood on the bridge of the Arquesian command ship, staring at the viewing screens in disbelief. The human space station floated before them, its lights now pulsing in time with their sacred sound of terror. This was not how first contact was supposed to go. High Commander, one of the sensor operators called out, their voice shaking. The humans they are moving their bodies in strange ways. They appear to be enjoying our battle hymn. Engstil moved closer to the screen. The operator was right. Through their advanced sensors, they could see humans inside the station moving in rhythmic patterns. Some were swinging their arms, others were moving their whole bodies, and many were showing their teeth in what appeared to be expressions of joy. Impossible, Engstil said. The sacred sound has brought mighty empires to their knees. It has ended wars before they began. No species has ever. They stopped talking as the sensors showed a new image. Humans in the station's engine room forming a line and moving together in a synchronized pattern. The science officer, checking different readings, spoke up. High Commander, their brain patterns show increased pleasure responses. The sound is making them happy. This has never happened before in our history. Engstil ordered the sound to be made stronger. They added the deep frequencies that had once made an entire alien army run away in fear. But the humans only seemed to enjoy it more. Now they were using their communication devices to record and share the sound. High Commander, the communication officer called out in alarm. The humans are sending us a message. They are asking if we have more songs like this one. They say it would be perfect for something called a dance party. In the engine room of the human station, Chief Sun Mi Kang had discovered that certain metal panels vibrated perfectly with the alien sound. She and her team were using them to create new beats, adding their own rhythm to the alien music. The Arquesian sensors captured all of this, sending waves of confusion through the alien crew. They are corrupting the sacred sound. Someone shouted from the back of the bridge. This is not fear we are seeing. It is something else. Commander Engstil watched as more humans gathered in different parts of the station. In one room, They were teaching each other new ways to move to the sound. In another, they were using their computers to study its patterns. Even their cleaning machines seemed to be moving differently. "Should we switch to traditional weapons, High Commander?" the tactical officer asked. Anxtil raised their hand for silence. For the first time in their long military career, they felt uncertain. The sacred sound of terror, the Archetian Empire's greatest psychological weapon, had been transformed into something unrecognizable. These humans weren't just resisting it. They were changing it, enjoying it, making it their own. "Send a message to the Imperial Command," Anxtil finally ordered. "Tell them we have encountered a species that dances to the sound of their own destruction. We need new instructions." Dr. Yoon Hee Choi sat in her office on Sentinel-7, surrounded by screens showing brain scans of the station's crew members. Lieutenant Hae-Nul Kim stood beside her, watching as new data appeared every few seconds. The alien sound continued to fill the station, but now it was just background music to their research. "Look at these patterns," Dr. Choi said, pointing to one of the screens. "When the aliens make their sound stronger, the pleasure centers in human brains become more active. It's the opposite of what should happen with a fear-inducing signal." Hae-Nul nodded, comparing the sound waves on her tablet. "The alien music has similarities to Earth's most popular dance songs. The main beats match what humans naturally enjoy. They accidentally created the perfect dance music." Down in the medical bay, Dr. Choi's team was running more tests. They found that different crew members responded to different parts of the alien sound. Some loved the deep, thundering bass. Others enjoyed the high-pitched sounds that reminded them of electronic music. Everyone found something in it that made them want to move. "Commander Jeho needs to see this," Dr. Choi said, collecting her findings. "The aliens didn't just fail to scare us. They proved that music might be a universal language, just not in the way they expected." They walked to the command room, passing groups of crew members who had created their own dance styles to match the alien rhythm. The station's corridors had become an impromptu research space, with every person showing a different way humans could adapt to and enjoy new sounds. Commander Jeho listened carefully as Dr. Choi explained her discoveries. "The human brain," she said, "processes fear and enjoyment through complex pathways. What causes fear in one species might bring joy to another. The aliens never considered this when they made their weapon." Hae-Nul added her own findings. "Their sound follows mathematical patterns that humans find naturally pleasing. It's like they accidentally wrote a hit song while trying to write a scary story." As they talked, Jin Woo-baek, the station's AI specialist, joined them with more interesting news. "The station's artificial intelligence systems are also responding to the alien sound," he reported. "They're creating new patterns based on how the crew is moving. Even our computers are learning to dance." Commander Jeho looked at the alien ships through the main window. They hadn't moved, but their weapons remained silent. Only their sound weapon continued, now serving as entertainment for the entire station. "Dr. Choi," he said, "what does this tell us about the aliens?" She smiled, showing him a new set of data. "It tells us they understand the power of sound, but they don't understand humans. We turn war drums into dance music. We make art from chaos. And right now, we're turning their greatest weapon into the galaxy's best dance party." Jin Woo-baek walked quickly through the corridors of Sentinel-7, his tablet computer showing a new idea that might change the whole situation. The alien sound still played through the station, but now it felt different. It had become familiar, like background music in a shopping center. He found Commander Jeho in a meeting with Dr. Choi and Lieutenant Hae-Nul. "Sir," Jin Woo said, trying to hide his excitement, "I think we can use their weapon against them. We can send our own music back." Commander Jeho looked interested. "Explain your idea." Jin Woo showed them his tablet. "The aliens feel sound more deeply than we do. That's why they thought this would work as a weapon. But that also means they might be very sensitive to our music." Hae-Nul moved to her communication station and started working on the idea. "We have the station's entire music library available," she said. We could send them anything from classical war drums to modern battle songs. Do it, Commander Jaiho ordered. Start with something simple and see how they react. Hanul selected an old military march and sent it toward the alien ships. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the aliens' purple lights flickered, and their ships moved slightly backward. They responded. Jinwoo said, checking the sensor readings. Their ship's energy patterns change when our music hit them. Let's try something stronger. This time, they sent a mix of different Earth music. They included powerful drum beats from Korea, electric guitar solos from rock music, and heavy bass from electronic dance music. Through the station's windows, they could see the alien ship's lights flashing in confusion. Dr. Choi watched the aliens' reactions on her medical screens. Their sound was designed to be simple and scary, she explained. But human music is complex. We layer different sounds together. We mix styles. For beings that feel sounds so deeply, our music must be overwhelming. In the engine room, Chief Sun Mi had another idea. She took the alien battle alarm and mixed it with Earth music, creating something completely new. When they played this mix back to the aliens, several of their ships spun in circles. Send a message to Earth Defense Command, Jaiho ordered. Tell them we found a way to fight back, and tell them to bring more music. As they waited for help to arrive, the station's crew kept working. Jinwoo used the station's computers to create new sound combinations. Hanul found ways to send the music more effectively. Even the cleaning robots joined in, their mechanical sounds becoming part of the musical defense. The aliens remained in position, but their mighty battle fleet now seemed unsure. Their sacred sound weapon had not only failed to cause fear, but it had also given the humans a new way to fight back. For the first time in the history of the Arcesian Empire, their enemies were dancing instead of running away. Commander Jaiho stood at the main window of Sentinel-7, watching as the Earth Defense Fleet appeared from hyperspace. 50 ships of different sizes emerged, their blue engines glowing against the darkness of space. They formed a circle around the alien vessels, which still broadcast their battle sound. Earth Command responds to our message. Lieutenant Hanul announced from her station. They have brought music systems from every major city on Earth. They're ready to broadcast on our signal. In the engine room, Chief Sun Mi had finished her special project. She had taken the alien battle alarm and mixed it with traditional Korean drums, electronic beats, and the natural hum of the station's engines. The result was something entirely new, a song that contained both human and alien elements. All ships report ready, Officer Taeyong said from his security station. The young officer had spent the last hour teaching other crew members his best dance moves. Now everyone waited to see if their unusual plan would work. Play Sun Mi's mix first, Commander Jaiho ordered. Send it to all Earth ships. Let them join the dance. The new song spread through space, reaching every human ship. The crew of Sentinel-7 watched their screens as other ships reported back. Soon, every human vessel had crews moving to the beat, their ship's lights flashing in time with the music. Now Jaiho commanded, show the aliens how humans really party. Hanul pressed several buttons on her console. Suddenly, space filled with Earth music. Each human ship played something different. Battle hymns, electronic dance music, drum solos, and many other sounds joined together. The alien ship's purple lights began flashing randomly as they tried to process all the different music. Their ships are moving, Taeyong reported. They seem confused by all the different sounds. Dr. Yoon, he watched from her medical station. Their sound sensors can't handle this many different types of music at once, she explained. It's like trying to listen to 100 different songs at the same time. Sun Mi's voice came through the speakers. Commander, look at their flagship. The alien command ship was spinning slowly, its weapons powered down. Other alien ships started to move backward, away from the wall of sound coming from the human fleet. Their perfect formation broke apart as each ship tried to escape the musical assault. "They're retreating," Haynul announced. The entire command room cheered as the alien ships turned around. Their feared battle alarm was still playing, but now it just added to the massive dance party happening across the human fleet. Commander Jaho allowed himself to smile fully for the first time since the aliens arrived. "Send a final message to their commander," he ordered. "Tell them they're welcome to come back when they're ready to dance properly." 2 weeks after the aliens retreated, Commander Jaiho Park sat in his office on Sentinel-7, writing his final report about the incident. The station had returned to its normal routine, but things had changed. The crew still hummed the alien battle alarm while they worked, and sometimes the cleaning robots would spin in circles like they were dancing. "Commander," Lieutenant Haynul called through the communication system. "The Arcesian diplomatic ship has arrived. They're requesting permission to dock." Jaiho looked out his window at the single alien ship. It was smaller than their war vessels and painted in peaceful white colors. No purple lights or battle alarms this time. "Let them dock," he said. "Have Dr. Choi meet me at the landing bay." The alien ship carried 3 Arcesian diplomats. They stepped carefully onto the station, their movements showing both fear and curiosity. The leader of the group, wearing formal robes, approached Jaiho and Dr. Choi. "I am First Speaker Dorex," the alien said through a translation device. "We come seeking understanding. Our scientists have studied what happened here. We must know how humans turned our sacred sound into entertainment." Dr. Choi showed the aliens to her research lab. On the way, they passed crew members who bowed politely, though some still moved slightly to the memory of the alien rhythm. In the lab, she played recordings of how humans had changed the alien sound. "Your people feel sound more deeply than we do," she explained to the amazed aliens. "But humans can find joy in almost any rhythm. Through our history, we have turned many scary sounds into music. It's part of who we are." First Speaker Dorex listened carefully. "Our empire has met many species," they said. "All feared the sacred sound. But humans danced to it. This changes everything we thought we knew about communication between stars." In the following days, the aliens learned more about human music. They were fascinated by how Earth cultures had thousands of different musical styles. They watched videos of concerts, dance parties, and peaceful gatherings where music brought people together. Commander Jaiho's report became the foundation for a new field of study, xenomusicology, the study of how different species across the galaxy understand and create sound. The Arcesians, once feared for their sonic weapons, became known as pioneers in using music for peaceful communication between species. 1 month later, Sentinel-7 hosted the first intergalactic music festival. Aliens and humans gathered to share their songs and dances. In the main hall, Chief Sun Mi's remix of the battle alarm played. All beings from different worlds moved together to the beat. "Perhaps," Jaiho said to Dr. Choi as they watched the celebration, "this is how peace in space really begins. Not with big speeches or fancy treaties, but with different species learning to dance to each other's songs."